My name is Lucero. I'm the manager of the Prepress department at Printivity. I just oversee all the operations that go on in the Prepress department. My team is the first one to receive orders as they come in. They don't go through customer service. They go straight to us. So we just have to make sure we're on top of it really quick.
What we do at Printivity is really just making sure that customers get their print products on time, delivered, quick and fast and easy.
We do a lot of different products, but our big ones are books. We do a lot of saddle stitch booklets, perfect bound books, things like that. But we definitely do postcards, posters, color copies, business cards, all of that kind of stuff. So once the customer hits submit, uploads their file, then it goes straight to the Prepress department from there. So yeah, pretty much everything is from our online storefront. So when an order comes in, it takes us so we have a whole queue of orders, right? And for one to go in and then go out to the customer, we try to get everything out within 4 hours. So it's just kind of going through the list. But if something comes in and it's a priority, and so my team knows this needs to get out right away, we'll get it out in a couple minutes. So PitStop we use, for when we're manually checking the files and we need to, make any sort of changes or anything like that. And then Switch, of course, when the customer places an order, Switch handles it first. So Switch will set up the files and then send it to Prepress for the manual check. So that's why a lot of the time, we can just check them and just proceed because it goes through Switch first. But yeah, those are the two biggest ones that we use. When I started, everything was super manual, very, very manual. We had PitStop at the time, but that was it. And at the time, we didn't really know how to we knew how to use it, but a lot of us didn't know how to even make action lists. So we just kind of used some presets that were made by our manager at the time, and if something didn't work out, we just had to redo it manually. So I would get annoyed with random little, I can't even remember what I would get annoyed with, but I would get annoyed with how inefficient it was. So I would be poking around and see what else can this software do? Because I was never in Prepress before then, so I didn't even know what PitStop was, nothing like that. So I was just poking around and seeing what else it could do. So I'm oh, we can, this can actually resize files. Why aren't we using it for that? And, that sort of thing. So I would poke around and show my manager and she'd be oh, this is cool. And so that was when I started digging deeper. I realized Switch was probably the best option for us since we were already using PitStop and had a lot of action lists set up and everything. And there wasn't really anything missing in Switch. So I didn't really explore too far beyond that. Because of COVID, we weren't getting as many orders as before. So we had some downtime. I'm might as well really spend time on this and research. And so that's how we got into, so this was before Significance, but we got Switch installed and we were just playing around with it, seeing what it could do. And it was really cool. So that's when we realized though that we needed help, because it's as much as we were, learning it and we were making our own flows, just doing the online tutorials and whatnot, we couldn't really maximize its full potential because none of us were programmers. We didn't know how to do the scripting side and things like that. So that was when I decided we should probably reach out and get some help with this. At that point, I knew a lot about Switch, having done it myself. I wasn't going into it in the dark, so I felt ready to be able to at least discuss it with an agency. So that we reached out to Significance for help with setting up a new flow, anything that involves a new API call that we didn't already have, something like that, we would reach out for help. So we've definitely seen our efficiency improve about 25 to 30%. The reason it's probably not growing higher than that is because we are using the extra time to do more for the customer's files, fix things more than we used to. So before we were literally just checking things, we would fix little quick things, and now we're doing a little bit more, taking more time on them and willing to do more formatting and things like that. The sort of things that customers don't really want to pay extra for because in their mind, it's very quick and easy to fix.
If everything lines up, we can get stuff out same day, within an hour, 2 hours, if everything's good. Yeah.